Here is a quick guide that you probably don't know is how to auto-invest in 30 minutes. Step by step, zero guesswork. You can build a money machine on autopilot in about half an hour. Flip 3 switches and your portfolio buys itself every payday. Recurring transfer, automatic investments, and dividend reinvestment. No more "I'll start next month." We're setting it up now. Here's what you're about to do. You'll choose the right account for your situation. You'll pick a simple 1 or 2 fund portfolio. You'll link your bank, schedule a recurring transfer, schedule automatic buys that match that transfer, turn on dividend reinvestment and rebalancing, and set alerts so nothing breaks. Clear steps, no guesswork. Step 1. Choose your lane. If your employer offers a 401k or similar plan with a match, start there first. That match is free money. If you don't have a plan or you want to invest more, open a Roth IRA if you're eligible. If not, consider a traditional IRA. For flexible goals under 10 years or to invest beyond tax advantage limits, open a regular brokerage account alongside your retirement accounts. Step 2. Pick a portfolio that's simple enough to stick with. You have 2 great options. First option, the one fund autopilot. Choose a low-cost target date index fund, ideally the index version to keep fees down. Pick the year closest to when you plan to retire, like 2055 or 2060. The fund automatically shifts more conservative over time. Second option, the classic 2-fund mix. Put 80% in a total stock market index fund and 20% in a total bond market index fund. That gives you broad diversification with minimal maintenance. Example tickers vary by broker, but common ones include VTI, ITOT, or SCHB for total U.S. stocks, VIXUS or IXUS for international stocks, and BND, AGG, or SCHZ for bonds. For target date funds, look for names like Vanguard Target Retirement Index, Fidelity Freedom Index, or Schwab Target Index. This is education, not advice. Use equivalents available on your platform. If you're using your employer plan, set your autopilot inside that portal. Log in to your 401k or similar plan. Open the section labeled Contributions, Deferral, or Change Contribution Rate. Set your contribution high enough to get the full employer match at minimum. If you can go to 10% or more, even better. Next, choose your investments. The simplest path is one target date index fund that matches your retirement year. If you prefer custom, set your allocation to roughly 80% total stock index and 20% total bond index. Then turn on automatic rebalancing. Quarterly or annually, both work. Save your changes. If your plan offers Roth 401k and traditional 401k, choose based on taxes. Roth can be attractive if you expect to be in a higher bracket later. Traditional can help if you value the current tax deduction. Your situation matters, so decide what fits. If you're using a Roth IRA or a taxable brokerage, set up your DIY autopilot. Open the account type you need. Provide your personal information as required by regulations. Link your checking account through your broker's Link Bank, Funding, or Transfers section. Use instant verification when possible. If your bank uses micro deposits, confirm them when they arrive. Schedule your money flow. Create a recurring transfer from your bank to your new account. Choose an amount you can keep going month after month. Even $50 is a strong start. Set the frequency to every 2 weeks if you're paid bi-weekly, or monthly if that matches your cash flow. Schedule the transfer for the day after your paycheck clears to avoid overdrafts. Set the source to your checking account and the destination to your IRA or brokerage account. Now schedule the buys. Find the feature called Auto Invest, Recurring Investments, Automatic Investment Plan, or Scheduled Buys. Select the fund or funds you picked and assign your percentages. For example, 80% to your total stock fund, 20% to your total bond fund. Set the buy schedule to match your transfer. If your transfer lands on Thursday, schedule the buys for Friday. Turn on fractional shares so every dollar gets invested, not stranded as idle cash. Activate compounding and guardrails. Turn on dividend reinvestment, often called DRIP, for all holdings. If your broker offers auto rebalancing, enable it annually, or when your allocation drifts by more than 5%. If auto rebalancing isn't available, set a calendar reminder once a year to check your allocation and adjust back to your target. Turn on notifications for deposit completed, order filled, and investment failed. These alerts tell you if anything needs attention without you constantly checking. If your broker doesn't support recurring ETF purchases, use mutual fund equivalents that allow automatic investment. Alternatively, consider a robo-advisor that automates allocation and rebalancing for a small fee. Do a quick quality check before you close the tab. Make sure your transfer date is the day after payday. Confirm your auto-invest percentages add up to 100%. Confirm dividend reinvestment is on for each holding. Confirm rebalancing is set, or that you created an annual reminder. Confirm notifications are enabled. Take screenshots of your confirmations and save them in a money folder for easy reference. Here are 2 real-world setups you can copy. First, a starter Roth IRA with $200 per paycheck. Set a recurring transfer of $200 every 2 weeks into your Roth IRA. Set Auto Invest to 100% in a low-cost target date index fund that matches your retirement year. Turn on dividend reinvestment. Rebalancing is handled inside the fund. This is minimal effort, tax-advantaged, and very hard to mess up. Just keep feeding it while staying within annual contribution limits. Second, a flexible brokerage with $500 monthly in an 80-20 fund mix. Set a recurring transfer of $500 on the 2nd of each month after rent clears. Set Auto Invest to 80% into a total stock market index fund and 20% into a total bond market index fund. Turn on dividend reinvestment. Once a year in January, check whether your allocation has drifted and nudge it back to 80-20 if needed. This setup is diversified, low-cost, and flexible for goals like a down payment or freedom fund. A few smart habits make automation stick. Use the payday rule. Schedule investments 1 to 2 days after your paycheck to avoid failed transfers. Keep a small cash buffer in your brokerage core cash, $100 to $300, to reduce the chance of failed orders. Keep fees low by choosing low-cost index funds. If you prefer target date funds, use the index version instead of higher-fee active versions. Turn on fractional shares so every dollar goes to work. Understand the tax basics. Traditional 401k and traditional IRA contributions are typically pre-tax now and taxed later. Roth contributions are after-tax now, and withdrawals can be tax-free if rules are met. Brokerage accounts are taxable, and in many places, long-term capital gains have lower rates than short-term gains. Always check current rules where you live. If you're outside the United States, look for features called regular savings plan, standing order, or recurring buy. Most platforms offer similar automation with regional index funds and ETFs. And if your employer offers a match, contribute at least enough to get all of it before you add dollars elsewhere. As your income grows, upgrade your autopilot. Each time you get a raise, increase your contribution or your auto invest by 1 to 2 percentage points the same day. You won't miss money you never see. Use the roundup rule to nudge progress. If you're investing $200, bump it to $225. If $500, bump to $550. Once a year, simplify. If you've collected extra funds, prune back to your core 1 fund or 2 fund setup. Simple beats complicated. Here's how this can play out. Investing $300 per month for 10 years at an 8% average annual return can grow to around $55,000. That's not a promise, just math plus time and consistency. The point is that automation is what keeps the plan alive when life gets busy. If you turned on even one automation today, you changed your trajectory. Subscribe for more practical, step-by-step money builds. Next up, watch the breakdown of the exact fund types to consider and the fee traps to avoid, with side-by-side comparisons. This content is educational and not financial advice. Your goals and tax situation are unique, so choose what fits and always check current rules.